For about the past month, I've squatted every single day. Yeah, so over the past, it's actually been more than a month, I have squatted every day. And I don't just mean doing body weight squats, I mean doing weighted squats. And not just like, oh, I'm doing 5 pounds or 10 pounds or 20 pounds on a goblet squat or something like that. I'm talking about working up to a maximum squat every single day. And let me tell you, I've done this before. It is rough. The first couple of days, you're like, what am I even doing? And then like after a little while, you get into a little bit of a groove, but then everything starts to be really tight and you need to really focus on your mobility. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can get all of our anime training content and all of the sensei's journeys where I talk to you about my training and about your training and about training in general, and you can learn things. What I'm doing is I'm cycling through 15 different variations of squats 5 days a week. And on the weekend, I just do light front squats on Saturday and Sunday. But for the 5 days of the week, during the normal week, during not the weekend, during the 5 days of the main part of the week, I'm cycling through 15 different squat variations. And I say 15 because I actually threw one in there, like, as I was experimenting just to, do some stuff, but it started as 14. When I started, I had just come off doing a large amount of cardio and calisthenics over the lockdown period. But then I got sick and I lost a whole bunch of my cardio and I got really weak because that sickness was no joke. So that when I finally got under a bar, I was only able to back squat 265 pounds. Yeah, so I was very eager to see how this went because the last time that I squatted every day, in a month, I put 60 pounds on my back squat, which I was like, cool, let's see if we can do that again. So I cycled through the variations for the 30 days, and I started at 265, and then I did my front squat, which was, I think off the top of my head, I might have to correct that later. I think off the top of my head, my front squat was like 235 at the time. And so I just kept working through the variations, and you can see some of the variations here, like the overhead squat and the Zercher squat. And then, there's some pause squats going on here. And you can see on the spreadsheet that the weights are going up consistently, even though some of the variations are going to require you to use a lighter weight. Overall, anytime I get into a back squat or a front squat position, the weights for the max are going up. And that's consistently throughout the entire 30 days. And you can see that on here. It just goes all the way down the left side here and then on the next column. So that when I get to 30 days and I do the back squat, I ended up getting 315 pounds on my back squat, which was phenomenal, felt great. It's nice to be back in the 3-plate area, especially since before lockdown and all that stuff, I was squatting so much more. But it's okay. We're getting back to all of that stuff. But you can see that doing that stuff daily really built the neurological connections, and actually my legs are bigger than when I started, and the gains are obviously there. And the great thing about this is that I don't really feel sore. I like some days I get a little soreness here, a little soreness there, but most days I'm not sore at all, because there's something about doing low volume maximal work every day that just sort of like works out the tightness that you have in your hips and in your quads and whatnot, that kind of just takes care of itself. So the soreness isn't really there. So even though leg day is every day, there's like a lingering little bit of like tightness, but there's no soreness, which is an amazing thing. But I don't recommend squatting every day if you're new to exercise or new to training. It's something that you really need to build up into. And this is part of a larger program. That's not the only thing that I'm doing. But is part of a larger program. The base of the program is squatting every single day. And it is, it's been fun. And I think I'm going to continue doing that for a while, even though I'm about to step into doing some Oliva stuff with my dad. If you're not familiar with the Oliva program, you can check that out here. I'm still going to squat every day, so I'm going to change a little bit of the way the Oliva program works so that I'm still squatting every day, because I just like it. I like being under the weight. It makes me feel good, and my legs are famously not good at putting on strength. Like, I can build endurance in my legs really, really easy, but I have to consistently work really, really hard to put strength into my legs. And nothing, I guess, you know, nothing really works like squatting every day for me. And maybe it wouldn't work for you, but if you want to give it a try, you can check out the variations that I've got right here, and you can make an attempt at it. Now, I want to give you kind of a breakdown of how that works. So basically, you're going to start off after a warm-up, do some cardio, do some mobility, make sure that you're nice and ready to move. You're going to do 10 reps with the bar at whatever that variation is, okay? And then you're going to slowly build to a single. So we're going to do a set of 5 at about 50%, a set of 5 at about 60%, a set of 3 at about 70%, another set of 3 at about 80%, a set of 1 at about 90%, and then a set of 1 at 95 to 100%. That last set of 1 might be your 100%, or it might be a PR attempt. That's really going to depend on what, you know, how you're feeling, and like, if you even know what your 1RM is.
I don't have a clue.
Because if you don't, most of these like variations you may not have even ever done before. And so if you are attempting them, then you may actually not know what those PRs are. So you may have to experiment and build slowly to see what your 1 rep max is for that day. If you are attempting to do the squat every day thing, then you need to make sure that you understand the form for the exercises. I've done a lot of talking about back squat and front squat and overhead squat in like the Oliva videos and the Baki squats video. So those are good. The Zercher squat is also something that's probably new to you, and it's probably going to dig into your forearms. But the base rule for these things is that the squat pattern mostly just doesn't change at all. The only thing that's a little bit different is maybe the sumo squat, because your legs are out wide and you're not going down as far. But other than that, the squat form stays the same. For the pause squats, pausing at the bottom, 3 seconds at the bottom for the front and back squat, and then the 10-second pause squats on the back squat and the front squat. You're just working the pattern the same way every day. Now, as far as the clean variation here, and I'll do another video on this whole like squat every day program itself. It's just kind of an introduction to it. Basically what you're looking at is you want to try to do a full clean, so not a power clean, so a full clean, stand up, and then you're going to do whatever reps you have. So if you start off with 10 reps, you're gonna clean the bar, stand up, and then just do 10 front squats. And then on your next set, you're going to clean whatever your 50% is, and then do 5 front squats. You will probably not be able to do the clean to front squat with the same weight that you do for your normal front squat, and that's fine. You're going to have to be able to clean the weight up to get to that point. It's just a way for you to be able to work the pattern and also do some other stuff a little differently. And then one more thing you might have a little bit of confusion about is the front to back squat. So you would do your front squats, you like 10 front squats with the bar, and then immediately rack the bar and do 10 back squats with the bar. And then you would go up to your 50%, which your front squat's going to be your limiting factor on that. So you can just use your 1RM for that. And you'll do 5 reps with the 50% with your front squat, and then immediately rack it, and then do 5 reps with that same weight. You don't change it and do 50% so it's not 50% front squat, 50% back squat. It's 50% front squat, and then you just do the back squats following the front squats. It puts a little extra volume into it. But anyway, getting a little bit crazy into that. I just wanted to kind of like touch on all of this stuff. If you want to try this program before I make a larger video talking about squatting every day, then, you know, here's all of the exercises again. Give it a shot, see how it goes. I'm going to make a follow-up video that's a little bit more like well-rounded or like put some additional work into it so that it's a little cleaner and that it's a little bit more informative about all the form of those things. So that you guys can actually do the program. But if you're familiar with squat variations or you know what's going on, go ahead and give it a shot. But be careful. If you're new to weightlifting, do not do this. If you're a beginner at weightlifting, that means 6 months or less training, do not do this. If you are an intermediate, which means like less than maybe 2 years of training, probably don't do this. If you're used to lifting on a regular basis, or if you've ever done something like Mad Cow, which is like 3 days a week, you can probably handle it. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. I had some really solid gains on it, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to do this and see how strong my legs get. Booyah! All right, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. And until next time, good luck and train hard.